Today's ruling lets stand the very first federal decision on same-sex marriage in California. And while life after military service is different for every person, there are a wide range of services and resources available to make that transition as smooth as possible.
She has been a mainstay here on KTVU for 27 years, covering some of the region's most important stories.
And later this week, anchor Julie Haener will be stepping away from the desk and retiring after a remarkable career.
And Julie is joining us now live a little early on the 4. Don't you even start, Julie. I told myself I was not going to cry, and neither are you.
No, I got to hold it together here. You guys are going to help me.
At least for a few minutes.
Yeah, but I see the tissues are
We got you. Yeah, we're good here.
We don't need those yet.
Yeah, because, you know, you're not only a colleague, but such a good friend. We've talked a lot about this, but why did you decide that now is the right time for you to step away?
As we have been talking, you know, we all love it here. This has been like a second home for me for almost 30 years. So deciding to leave is not easy. It wasn't easy. It was a really big decision. I thought about it for a long time. There's never a good time to leave something that you love, but I feel like now is the right time for me, and that's because of my family, hands down, friends and family. And I get a little, you know, choked up talking about it, but we all have families, and we know that, you know, time is precious, and you just want to spend time with my boys, with my husband, be able to cook dinner with my husband, be able to go to New Orleans to see the boys. They live together in New Orleans, and so football season's right around the corner. I want to be able to be there to cheer on the boys, and just I feel like now is the right time.
Yeah, those become the priority. Yeah. Absolutely. Obviously, I know when you make a decision like this, part of what you do is you sort of take stock of your career and where you've been and what you've accomplished. As you look back on such a long and incredible career here at KTVU, what are the moments that stand out to you most as you look back?
Oh, Alex, there's been so many big moments, so many. Being able to do a little bit of everything too, getting out early. When I started my career here almost 30 years ago, 27 years ago, getting out and reporting and hitting the ground running and covering stories out in the field, and then field anchoring, weekend anchoring, and then anchoring the 6 and 10 o'clock news. But some of the big stories, there have been so many moments, as you all know, especially over a span of that long. But the September 11th attacks, the San Bruno pipeline explosion, the ghost ship warehouse fire in Oakland, the many, many wildfires that have ripped through the Bay Area over the years, the dog mauling case in San Francisco of Diane Whipple, the Johannes Meserly BART shooting story in Oakland, and the riots that followed. I mean, there's just, I think of them, they're all flooding into my mind, so many. But, you know, 3 that really rise to the top because I love telling stories, and why we all get into this business is to be able to tell stories. We want to, you know, keep the bar high, tell all stories in a fair and balanced way. But I'm a people person, so I love to tell people stories, and a couple of the stories that really rise to the top for me are the Jake Javier story. He was the San Ramon high school football captain who dove into a swimming pool on the eve of his high school graduation and broke his neck. And Breezy Bohenick, as a young girl from Danville who got cancer in her leg and they had to amputate her leg. Also Bob and Carmen Pack, who lost their 2 children by an impaired driver. These people are inspirational because they faced life-changing moments, devastating, and they have persevered and fought for strength and to move forward with their lives. So those are stories that really touched my heart.
And they trusted you to tell those stories.
Yeah.
Well, it was a big, you know, when we tell a story, it's a big responsibility. You want to tell it in a compassionate way, and you want to get it right, and you want to do a good job for the people. But those are the stories to give people a voice, people that don't have a voice. And this makes me sad, to let people have a voice, just, you know, that don't really get that chance. So that's been the biggest rewarding thing for me.
When we talk about sort of what is next and all of the exciting things that lie ahead for you, does it make it just a little bit easier? Because I know that this has been such an emotional time, and to get you to this point. But first of all, like, how are you feeling? We're in just the final few days here.
I know, that's everybody's been asking me. They're like, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? You know, at first it was like really, it's been a mix. It's like a mix, a range of emotions that we all go through. It's like when you put so much into one thing. It's been, at first was sad, and then it was a little anxious, and then exciting. But so it's been a mix of all of those, excitement. But now it's mostly excitement because I'm excited about all the, like, you know, life doesn't stop after TV. You know, there's a lot of things to go out and do, and it's a big, wide world out there. And you know me really well. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I love to travel, and I love to be around my friends and family. And I just needed some more flexibility. And I just, I can't be in two places at one time all the time. And so I just felt like now's a good time to be able to, like, go out and let Julie explore the world a little bit. And
watch out, world. Julie is coming.
Was that a warning to, yeah, she's coming.
Here I come. I've got some good travel plans coming up next week. And I'm really looking forward to being able to do that. And just, I worked since I've been 21 years old, and to not have a schedule and not have somewhere to have to be, it is kind of a freeing experience. But I always like to say, when all of us do our jobs, it's not about me, it's about everybody we do our thing for. So it's been a great experience. I'm really happy that I got to do it all here for so many years and work with so many great people, and I'm going to miss the people.
You're going to, What do you think you miss most about this place?
That's what everybody, you know, when all of us who retire eventually, they say, what are you going to miss the most? It's definitely going to be the people, like the friends. I've worked with some of the best journalists in the business, and I'm going to miss their faces and having a chance to learn from them, teaching people, like all working together on certain things. I'm going to miss that, I think, the most. That's the hardest. But relationships, you know, that you have, that you build over time, they don't just end. You know, we can keep them and still have things to look forward to and things to do, and I know you and I will be going out and doing some fun things together.
Always.
Yes.
Julie, as we wrap up this conversation, though, when you think about how many people you've touched on and off the screen, I mean, wow.
I just have to thank all the people. It's been a bit overwhelming. Like, so many people have been reaching out to me with the kindest, most sweetest messages, like, have really touched my heart. And I'm so grateful for that, because it's really, like I said, it's not about us. And you guys are making me cry now.
We'll look away.
It's about the people, but people have been so kind, and I just want to thank people who have reached out and really touched me, because I'm reading all your messages, and okay, now it's getting sad. But
I think it's time. I cue the tissues.
That means so much to me, you know, and like all of us, I think it's like just knowing that we've touched people and they've been so kind.
You have.
It's happy.
Well, you have.
Happy tears.
You've meant a lot to everybody. You've always been so kind to me, and I have really appreciated that the way that you talk about teaching people that you've worked with, and you've taught me so much. And
same for you.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, your kindness, and you do the job with incredible professionalism and poise, but you do it with heart. And I just think that always has come across for people at home.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you so much to both of you, and to everybody out there. The messages have been so kind, and I'm like so forever grateful for that. So it's been, and we still have a couple more.
We do.
And
in fact,
with that being said,
stay with us.
We'll save some tissues for later this week.
We are going to talk more about what lies ahead for Miss Julie Haener.
Thanks, Julie.
Coming up on Thursday, so stay with us. We're going to be right back. We'll have more of that on Thursday.
Thanks, you guys.